The desert plains of Viridian 7 stretched endlessly, tinted in shades of burnt orange and violet under its twin suns. Shimmering heat waves distorted the horizon, and scavenger drones flitted across the sky, hunting anything that might be of value. Most travelers avoided the plains, but for human trader Kael Drayton, necessity often outweighed caution. Kael was on a supply run, tasked with delivering medical goods and foodstuffs to remote colonies on Viridian 7. His ship, a battered freighter named the Horizon's Reach, hummed quietly as it descended toward the largest settlement on the planet, the trading hub of Vera Outpost. The colony was modest, a scattering of metal structures reinforced against the blistering sun and sandstorms, but it was home to a hardy mix of humans and alien migrants. As Kael approached the landing pad, he noticed something unusual near the outpost's edge. A lone figure staggered across the dunes, moving with a strange, erratic gait. Even from a distance, Kael could see the signs of extreme malnourishment. The alien's body was thin, almost skeletal, with taut, translucent skin stretched over delicate bones. Its 3 eyes glinted faintly as it scanned the horizon, searching for something. Kael hesitated for a moment. He had heard stories of scavenger aliens on Viridian 7, desperate and aggressive, sometimes hostile to humans. But something about this one drew him closer, a mix of fear and instinctual empathy that humans often felt when confronted with suffering. He landed the ship and stepped out, scanning for weapons but carrying none in his hands. "Hey," he called gently. "Do you need help?" The alien froze, its multi-limbed frame trembling. It tilted its head curiously, then staggered forward. Its voice, when it came, was a series of musical chimes, almost incomprehensible, but Kael's universal translator picked up fragments. "Hunter, help?" Kael nodded. "I can help. Come with me." The alien hesitated, then slowly approached. Its 3 eyes focused on him with a mixture of hunger, pain, and, surprisingly, trust. Kael led it to his freighter, where he produced a package of nutrient gels and hydration vials. The alien collapsed onto the floor as soon as he handed them over, devouring the gel with trembling hands. Kael watched quietly, careful not to startle it. Hours passed, and the alien, which Kael learned was named Liora, slowly regained strength. Its body shimmered faintly under the freighter's artificial lights, a soft bioluminescence that revealed intricate patterns etched across its skin, markings that Kael realized were cultural, perhaps even symbolic of its species' lineage. "Why were you out there alone?" Kael asked gently. "Where's your colony?" Liora's 3 eyes dimmed and it spoke in broken common. "Taken raiders. Nothing left, hunger." Kael's heart sank. Raiders, human or alien, had struck the small colony, leaving Liora as the sole survivor. It wasn't just hunger that threatened its life. It was loss, trauma, and isolation. "You're safe now," Kael said firmly. "I'll make sure of it." In the following days, Kael worked to stabilize Liora's condition. He modified his freighter's living quarters to accommodate its unique physiology, adjusting temperature, gravity, and atmosphere. He introduced nutrient-rich gels infused with trace minerals and vitamins, and carefully monitored its heart rate analogs and neural activity. Slowly, Liora began to recover, its luminescent patterns stabilizing, the faint tremors in its limbs fading. During this time, Kael discovered something extraordinary. Liora was not just a survivor. It was a biological repository, capable of storing immense amounts of environmental and genetic data in its cells, a living historian for its people. Its species, the Elythari, had evolved this way to preserve knowledge during catastrophic events. The raiders, Kael realized, were after this very information, hoping to exploit it. Understanding the stakes, Kael knew he couldn't leave Liora exposed. The freighter was too small, too vulnerable. He charted a course to the Elythari Homeworld, a distant planet known as Celestria, where Liora could recover fully and share its data safely. The journey would take weeks, and during that time, Kael and Liora would form a bond neither expected. At first, communication was difficult. Liora spoke in a combination of melodic tones, gestures, and sparse common words. Kael, patient and observant, gradually learned to interpret the nuances of its language. In turn, he taught Liora some basic human phrases, fostering trust and a sense of companionship. One night, as the twin moons of Viridian 7 rose outside the freighter's viewport, Liora spoke quietly, its voice trembling. "Human who've saved life mine." Kael shook his head. "You saved me too. You reminded me why we do this, why humans care. It's not about trade or profit. It's about hope." The freighter's journey was not without danger. Raiders, having tracked the distress signal Liora inadvertently sent, pursued them across the void. Kael maneuvered expertly, weaving through asteroid fields and gravitational anomalies to evade capture. At one point, their engines were damaged during a close encounter with a raider frigate, forcing Kael to make a daring repair mid-flight while Liora stabilized the freighter's bio-support systems. Through these trials, their connection deepened. Kael realized that Liora's trust was not blind. It was earned through courage, patience, and empathy. Likewise, Liora's knowledge became invaluable, offering strategies and navigational data that Kael could not have accessed alone. Together, they survived when neither might have alone. Finally, after weeks of tense travel, they reached Celestria. The Elythari homeworld was a breathtaking sight, towering crystalline forests, oceans of liquid light, and skies alive with bioluminescent creatures. Liora's people, cautious at first, were overwhelmed with gratitude and awe upon seeing their lost kin return safely. The Elythari elders examined Kael with a mix of suspicion and admiration. "You have crossed species and stars to save one of our own," one said, its voice resonant in multiple harmonics. "Few humans would act with such selflessness." Kael smiled humbly. "I didn't do it for recognition. I did it because it was the right thing." Over time, Liora shared the vast knowledge stored within its cells, restoring lost histories, scientific research, and cultural practices that had been nearly erased. Kael assisted where he could, documenting interactions, maintaining equipment, and helping the Elythari understand human technology. The impact of their journey extended far beyond one freighter or one alien life. By saving Liora, Kael had ensured the survival of centuries of Elythari knowledge. Trade relations between humans and Elythari flourished, and the incident became a symbol across multiple star systems of how one act of kindness can ripple across worlds, preserving lives and cultures alike. As Kael prepared to leave Celestria, Liora approached him. Its bioluminescence shimmered in patterns that conveyed both gratitude and something more. Connection, friendship, and an unspoken promise. "You, my hope, human," it said softly, using the words it had learned. "And you, Liora, are mine," Kael replied, placing a hand gently on one of its luminous limbs. "You reminded me that life, any life, is worth protecting. And sometimes, saving one life can save so many more." As he lifted off in the horizon's reach, leaving Celestria's glowing forests behind, Kael looked out at the stars and realized that the universe was far more connected than he had ever imagined. One human, one alien, one act of compassion. It had altered destinies, preserved knowledge, and forged a bond that would be remembered across galaxies for generations. The stars shimmered like witnesses, silent but approving, as Kael charted his next course. Somewhere out there, countless worlds depended on choices like his. Choices that, in a single moment, could change everything. In a universe often defined by survival of the fittest, one human had shown that empathy, courage, and kindness could reshape not just a life, but the fate of entire worlds.